Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing something a little more fun and a little less greasy on our F350. Stay tuned. Alrighty, welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing something more fun. I've done a lot of work on the Ford here, whether it's driveline stuff, whether it's intercoolers, radiators, belts, pulleys, all the maintenance, drivability stuff. But today we're going to have a little more fun. We're going to swap out this aging Kenwood head unit. Also, in a second part, we're going to add a second backup camera in the box of the pickup as well. So, what do we have currently? We have a older Kenwood DMX957XR HD head unit. I got this almost 10 years ago. Yeah, about 10 years ago now. It was a refurb unit when I got it from Crutchfield, and got the steering wheel controls for it, all the wiring harness, and it's been good up until the last couple of years. It does have iPod compatibility, which I guess these days nobody listens to iPods anymore. So I'll have to get a big old thumb drive and stick that in there maybe. But the big thing is the GPS on it freezes up. So basically you have to turn the vehicle off, restart. Not terribly convenient when you're pulling a trailer. And secondly, the steering wheel controls get confused. Every button turns into volume up. And sometimes the audio playback simply freezes or sticks, and you just get that electronic that, again, you have to pull over, shut off the vehicle, because even in standby mode, it's still on for the nav, and it will not fully reset. So, we're just going to go ahead, take it out, put in a new one. What do we have to replace it with? Look, another Kenwood. This is the updated model, much newer. It is a scratch and dent from Crutchfield, and they do guarantee everything works just like new in box, but it's at a significant discount. So we're going to give that a shot, see how it works, make sure nothing is wrong with it, and if we get, half the lifespan out of this one that we got with this one here, I'm going to be happy, because I like radio in the car. I've replaced all the door speakers with some JBL speakers, and then there's actually a 10-inch JL powered sub behind the back seat, which was a little bit of a challenge since we have captain's chairs, not the bench seat in the back. Anyways, let's just get to it. We've got to take off our plastic trim stuff here. Got my four-wheel drive stuff here to be mindful of those plugs. Otherwise, everything else should come up pretty straightforward. I've got a handful of other things to do as well, but I should be able to just kind of start on one end, get a plastic trim tool so you're not using screwdrivers. Oops. One quick snap there, and everything comes loose. Now again, be mindful, not something you want to do when it's 20 degrees outside, because this plastic will break, especially older plastic can be brittle. Shush. Really, it takes a person longer to get this dash off than it does to do the radio install in most cases. Alrighty, that's done. Probably the harder part of the whole process. But now we have bolts here. Luckily, I've still got my bag of tools down here from working on the radiator. I now just have to find the appropriately sized head. There we go. What is that, the 7 mil? Grab an extension. I'm trying to keep my mic up here so it's not right in my face here, so if audio is a little off, I apologize. Alright, this should just pull out now. I've got a bunch of plugs back here. Oh yeah, look at all these plugs. Factory antenna. All of my wires for subs, so let me keep track of these. We have our big factory harness here. Oh look, a thumb drive full of music. One of these wires should be for the iPod control. Apparently that one's for the USB. Huh. Maybe this one will work on the new radio. Alright, here's the old head unit out. We are going to reuse this plastic mounts on the side. They are both Kenwood. And the nice thing about ordering from Crutchfield is I've got my entire history of orders. And all of this stuff was originally ordered from them too back in 2016. So I was looking at parts. I'm like, oh, I want to get the steering wheel controls. I want to get the wiring adapter. The new faceplate kit. Oh wait, they're all compatible between these two radios, so that's some money savings right there. Now, we have the big ugly harness. It goes to the radio, my steering wheel controls. So here's the vehicle side. I'm going to tuck you back in there. More vehicle controls. I'm going to tuck you back in there. And we have our backup wire, our blue lead for our amp, our reverse light, which got grounded down here somewhere. And some of my wiring in the past appears to be a little less than what it is these days. But hey, at least it was soldered. So I'm going to go ahead and nip this off. We'll keep him out. This blue lead here is for my amplifier. So we certainly want to keep this handy. I'll put a better connector on him. So we want to keep this blue lead handy as well. So our amplifier lead, our backup lead, that's our reverse camera. And we have our grounding for something. I forget what it was for. Oh yeah, the park switch, so I could watch movies when it was driving. I don't do that anymore though. Nope. Alright, we got our camera lead. Can disconnect him. Here's one harness out of the way. And here we have plus 12 going somewhere. Oh, that also is for the camera. Again, wiring I will clean up better going forward. I think we bought this pickup and then immediately went to go buy a horse the next day. So of course I had to have better music to go ride in the car to buy a horse. That seems sensible, right? Here's my large harness. Oh, there's a ground wire. Alright, here's the initial rat's nest that came out of the car. I've got our steering wheel controls I still have to extract. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know how different the wiring is on the back of the new one, but I'm sure we'll find out real soon. Alright, these are my camera items right here. Keep those aside. This was for... I don't know what these were for. This may have been for XM radio, which I never used, and this may have been for the wireless mic for hands-free that got... the cord got pinched sometime somewhere. So, let's open up our new box and see what's in here. Now, as I said, this was a scratch and dent. So, per Crutchfield's terms, excuse me. Per Crutchfield's terms, scratch and dent means maybe a damage to the box, or maybe a slight imperfection on the unit itself, a scratch or a ding. But so far I seem to have new bezel, wiring harness, yep, new satellite thing, which I think is probably tucked up under here. New wiring harness. That looks almost the same as what I got now. Hands-free antenna or hands-free microphone. Mounting screws. Instructions. So far all I'm seeing is the box is damaged. Alright, here's the unit. Well, it sure seems like it's a unblemished unit. Let's see. Yeah, there's one little scratch on the plastic covering, but the face itself looks beautiful. So I'm just going to leave that on there for right now before I do something stupid and damage it. We don't need the tray for the frame, because this is going to bolt right into the dash. But what we do need to look at is the wiring. And I think my current harness will plug right in. Oh, it does. Just to be safe, I'm going to look at the book and see what everything pins out as. Alright, well I checked the instructions out there, and the wiring harness is identical to what I was taking out. So I don't have a need to put this new harness in. We're just going to go ahead and plug in Mr. New Radio. I already stuck my thumb drive in here. So we got some tunes. Because the antenna's not hooked up, I don't subscribe to XM, and we're in a giant steel building. So let's go ahead. Flip it on. Hey, look at that. We already got We got radio. Woohoo! It is on. Whoa. Hello, copyrighted music. Well, that apparently works already. Steering wheel controls. Those work with the buttons. Yep, I can switch through all of the different inputs. Yeah, I do still have iPod controls here. Nifty. Alrighty. So we got this installed. It works. I need to tidy up those couple of wires that I clipped off for the camera and whatnot. So I'm going to do that. And in the meantime, I'm going to do another quick little video here installing a third camera, or actually second camera in this case. So I'll come back and we're going to tidy all this stuff up, get all the wiring tucked back behind the panel, and put it together. Alrighty, well, we're up here in the front, carrying forward from more installations. Got the camera in the bed. That high third mount taillight camera is installed. We've got our wiring for that here we've run up. That needs to be run down under the dash to the head unit. And we also have our new hands-free microphone to install. So I'm going to work on that. I'm going to put it up here so both people in the front seat can actually use it, and then snake the wire down and somehow find it under here. So that is my next fun step. Run it down the pillar. Probably going to have to take off this trim. But the main part is microphone is going to go up here. And the wiring gets tucked up here and run down. Let me get that done because nobody wants to watch that. And then we'll come back, we'll be able to run our cables for the third light camera under here and get everything shoved back in the dash and hopefully wrap it up. All right, we've got our wires all pulled through. I think I can put my little dash thingy back in place. Yep, dash thingy, that's my technical name for it. There we go. Of course, my remote start is dead. I should fix that. So, we have our subs. Have our reverse light. We have our other plug for the amplifier. We have our other camera powers. So I'm gonna go unplug the factory harness from the car and figure out where everything is. But first, I think it's time for supper. So I'm gonna go do supper and the family thing for a while. We'll come back, we'll get this put back together and wrapped up. Alrighty, we now have our wiring tidied up. Our new, our existing faceplate kit is on. I recycled the existing one because same bolt pattern, same everything, just like the wiring harness. So now I have these two USB cables I need to do something with. I'm gonna plug one in. I got a black and a white, or black and a gray. I'll see if I can easily get to these now. Otherwise, I'll just have to fish for them later. Yep, I think I'm gonna fish later. Yep, gray one. One of these we'll use for charging or plugging in a phone for Android Auto. It can also go wireless too, but charging is always good. And the other we'll use for our thumb drive full of music that I can't play on here. Okay, got those. We have our antenna and a whole bunch of wires that somehow need to get stuffed back into the car. So let's just kind of start working our way back. Make sure our green one stays out, so we will need that again. There we go. Now everything is stuck back in where it goes. Okay. Finish. Where is my thumb drive? Oh, it's hiding in where my cables are. Radio. Can I make any noise? Yep, audio works. GPS, I'm going to double check that's plugged in. It should be, but we're in the shop, so I'm not going to get a signal in here anyways. Yeah, let me try my microphone real quick and call the wife.
Are you okay?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I was just testing out the microphone on the radio. Okay, that works. So everything is hooked up right. I'm going to just double check all my speakers are working. The sub is working. I can't do that on camera because copyright music. Yay. Or maybe I can find some YouTube friendly music. Alrighty, now before I put everything back in, just want to make sure that my cameras are working. Okay, that camera needs to be adjusted, but I can see everything in my cab. Should have a rear camera. Hey, there we go. That works too. Perfect. Yeah, everything looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and get everything here buttoned back up, and we'll come back and see how it all looks put back together. Alrighty, folks, we got everything put back together here, and well, I can't really play a lot of music for you. I can quick flip her back on and show you what we got going on. You can adjust the screen angle if you want, which is kind of nice. I've gone just to the very, very basic configuration. I got the GPS set up here. It's got the actual satellite overlay if you want, which looks really nice. It shows my house, or we're in the shop, so it shows the shop. Anyways, I've got it hooked up to the phone. Android Auto works. We've got the messaging. That works. So you've got a heads-up display or display on the screen here of your message. It'll read it out to you. You can respond with voice. So still, I'm not a favor of texting and driving, but if there was an emergency, there you go. You've got that. I've got the USB cord plugged in, one to charge the phone or run the Android Auto if you don't want to do it wirelessly. The other one is in the glove box with the USB stick in it. Cameras. We got our rear camera. That works as well. That's fine. We'll go ahead and hit the, well, I'm calling it the front camera because I don't have a bed camera. It is off, so I'm going to go ahead and adjust that, and you'll see that in the next video when we install that camera. So I've just done a little bit of tweaking with the audio, and by far this unit is a lot better than the 10-year-old one, that's for sure. I was confirmed my suspicion that one of the channels was going out on the old stereo. Everything in here sounds great. Quality is better, I think, crisper. Sound processing is a little better, even though it's all digital music. Subwoofer has a lot better gain on it. I've actually had to turn it down a lot, and it's still a lot of bass, which, you know, I don't mind. The family and the kids, not so much. But we've got our HD radio, our USB, our Android Auto, and our phone. So pretty quick and easy things to get to. Everything seems pretty well laid out. I guess I'll figure out driving a little bit more. But for right now, it's you can see it's almost 11 o'clock for me, and it's time for bed. So Not the most in-depth video, but quick upgrades that I think really is going to help out, make me much happier for driving in this giant 10,000 pound tank pulling a camper. And kind of have good audio. So anyways, be sure to check out the next video when we put this third high tail light camera in there, whatever you want to call it. I've called it about 4 things so far. Anyways, yeah, it's getting chilly out here. Hey Google, what's the temperature? Okay, my Google in the shop said it's 42 degrees. This one tried. Anyways, we're gonna run. So thanks for watching this video. If you haven't yet, hit subscribe. We've got plenty of other projects, not just working on the Ford. Like the video, share it out. You know, this is fun for me. This kind of gets back to what I was doing high school, early 20s, before I got into careers and families and restoration. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you all real soon.